Hey everybody, B-Dog Jr. here again. This is a picture of my sister when she was born. She weighed 1 pound and 8 ounces. Very premature. I forget exactly how premature she was, but I know she had to stay in an incubator at the hospital for anywhere from 3 to 6 months. I'm not sure on that because both of our parents have passed away, but the nearest I can recollect, it was somewhere between 3 and 6 months that she had to stay in the hospital. So I didn't get to see her till she was about 6 months old. And I was 6 years old when she was born. So I'm 6 years older than she is. But yeah. When they brought her home, she was able to sleep in a shoebox. I guess it was probably a boot box, and they put her in one of the dresser drawers in the dresser in my mom and dad's bedroom. That was where she slept, and she took baths in the kitchen sink. Anyway, that was her in the Navy Hospital in Jacksonville, Florida, in her incubator. And here she is sitting out in front of the house in her high chair. I think she was probably about a year old here. Maybe a year and a half. Looks like she's got a good appetite. Trying to eat her hand. And I think she's about 3 years old in this picture. Over in Naples, Italy. We moved over there when she was 3, and when I was 6, and we stayed over there for 3 years. But she looks a little pissed off there. I'm not sure what was going on in that picture. She was always complaining to my dad that I wouldn't teach her how to play guitar, and I was like, well, I didn't know how to play myself, I was learning. I had a huge oversized guitar that my uncle gave me when I was 6. I'm sorry, she was 3 and I was 9. That's the 6-year difference between us. But anyway, she was learning how to dress in style there with her little fur coat on. And here she is developing her skills for cooking over an open flame on our balcony over in Naples, Italy. You can see the apartment buildings on the other side over there where the people stretch their clotheslines across from building to building. Fortunately, we didn't have to do that. We had a huge balcony that I could ride my bicycle around on, and we had our own clothesline that was on our balcony. I don't have any better pictures to show that. And here I am, I had to take over for her while she went and took a break. Make sure the flames don't kick up. Same balcony. What about that smile, man? That's kind of goofy looking there, ain't it? I don't know what I was thinking. This is not our building, but it's a building that I found on the internet through Google Earth that looks very similar to the one that we lived in. And you can see our balcony, or the balcony like ours right here. And that would be our apartment on the top there. But that thing was so big, man. And my parents wouldn't let me ride my bicycle down on the streets because of the traffic. We were on a pretty busy street there, so I had to ride my bike around on the balcony up there. I really enjoyed living over there. I mean, I was between the ages of 9 and 12, and she was between 3 and 6 when we were there, and a lot of fun. I'm sure she doesn't remember a whole lot because she was so young, but I remember quite a bit about it. I went to 3 different summer camps when we were living over there, and one of them was in the mountains at a grist mill where it had a water mill with a stream flowing by there that powered the mill, and it was pretty cool. There was a marble mine in the area, and we found some blasting caps and stuff. It's lucky we didn't know how to set them off. Another year I spent the summer at a place called Carney Park over there. It was a park for U.S. citizens. I think anybody that was affiliated with NATO. It wasn't just Americans. And spent most of our time playing sports. And we were allowed to go up into the mountains and hike, which we had some mountains near the apartment as well, where me and my buddies used to go hiking. But yeah, it's not about me. This video is more about my sister. And she grew up. That's her on the right. And she had a baby. That's her daughter right there with her. And she got married to a Ford driver, or Ford guy. Big NASCAR fan. They had that 65, I think, Galaxy there. And everything else they owned was Fords too. All the way up to a Taurus, I believe. This is me and her about 17 or 18 years ago at Wild Adventures theme park where we took the kids to play. My son and her daughter. For those of you that have never heard of Wild Adventures, it's a theme park in Valdosta, Georgia. And here's a more recent picture of the two of us at Whitey's Fish Camp for her birthday party. Just about a month ago. Actually, when was it? It was in March. So that was 2 months ago. And she gave me this picture here. She wanted me to do a story on her weight loss. And you can see she's about not quite half the person she used to be, but I think she said she lost 45 pounds, which is a good accomplishment. I think it was over a time period of about 6 to 8 months. And she's been taking some Victoza shots that her doctor prescribed for her. Yeah, it seems to be working out pretty good. She says no side effects from Victoza. So, I don't know, maybe I'd be a good candidate for that. I've been putting on a few pounds over the last 10 to 12 years. But anyway, I just figured I'd do that story and make it more than just about the weight loss. I think premature baby is probably something that people are interested in as well. Anyway, this is B-Dog Jr. over and out. You guys have a good one.